Hello students, today we are starting the fourth session of second unit. So in previous session, that is in third session, we have discussed all types of frequency graphs. So frequency graphs, we have seen the line diagram, the histogram, the frequency polygon and the frequency curve. These were the points which we have discussed in the previous class. So let's begin the fourth session. So here, the session outcome of this session is understanding cumulative frequency distribution and measure of central tendency. In that we are saying arithmetic mean. At the end of the class, students should be able to explain cumulative frequency distribution and measure of central tendency, arithmetic mean. Okay. So let's see the contents. Starting with cumulative distribution. So what is this cumulative distribution? Students, as you have seen in the previous sessions, the frequency distribution gives the number of observations that lie in any class interval. Okay, in frequency distribution, so it will give all the observations which lie in any class interval. But in cumulative distribution gives the number of observations that lie below any mark or the number that exceed any given mark. So in cumulative distribution we are concentrating less than certain number and greater than certain number. So the class interval will be less than certain number. Okay, we'll be calculating the frequency for less than certain number. So one more thing, we'll be calculating the frequency for greater than certain number. So like that we are dividing this distribution in two groups, one less than certain mark and exceeds that given mark. So we are having these two parts in this cumulative distribution. We are having less than and greater than mark. So we will take an example and see this cumulative distribution. So this problem earlier in the class we have seen. Okay, for the frequency distribution we have taken the same problem. Okay, there are 69 entries. Okay, 69 entries. For this we have to go. Now we are going to form the cumulative distribution table. Okay, so note down this problem. So earlier you may be having, you can refer your earlier notes and see that you mark all the entries. There are 69 entries. Okay, there are 10 this one, like that we are having 7 rows, 10 columns and 7 rows. So one is left ideal. Okay, the last corner number box, it is not having a number, so we are having just 69 entries. So that for these 69 entries we are going to form a cumulative distribution table. Okay, so let's see. So see here students, we are, as I told you, there are two, one less than, one greater than. In first column you can see less than column, and the fourth column you can see greater than. So first we'll see the less than column. Okay, here he says less than 7.5. First this one is class interval less than 7.5. You can go to the this one problem and see the number of entries which are having less than 7.5. So the class frequency for less than 7.5 is 3. You count in the problem. There are 3 entries which are less than 7.5. Okay, so like this you count the number of frequencies for less than 15.5. so again I am telling less than, it should be less than 15.5. if you count, so you will get 12 frequencies in the problem. In the 69 entries you see we are having 12 entries which are less than 15.5. okay, like that 23.5. so for 23.5 we are having 17 entries, 17 frequencies. Okay, you can check, you can count and check, you are having 17 entries. Okay, so like this you also calculate for the class interval less than 31.5. less than 31.5, how many entries you are having? 25. Next, For 39.5 you are having 6. For 41.5 you are having 4. For next 55.5 you are having 1. 68.5 you are having 1. So like that we are having these entries. Okay, next cumulative, that we have in second column we have just taken the frequency. Now we will see cumulative frequency. Okay, cumulative means we are adding the previous one, we are adding the next one to the previous one. First 3 as it is. In the third column you can see, first I will write the cumulative frequency 3 as 3 is the previous one. Next this 3 and 12. 3 and the next class interval is 12, the cumulative will be 15. I am adding 3 and 12, that is 15. Okay, next I am adding this 12 and 70, next class frequency 70. Okay, so that will get 32. We will be getting 32. Okay, next I am adding the previous class. Okay, previous entries were how much? Now 32 plus 25. So I am getting 57. Next 57 and 6. I am getting 63. 63 plus 4, 67. 67 plus 1, 68. 68 plus 1, 69. So I am having cumulative frequency less than 3, 15, 32, 57, 63, 67, 68 and 69. Okay, so like that we are having. Next, same thing for greater than. So greater than value, greater than 0. Okay, so see in the table greater than 0. So we are having for greater than 0 all the values are greater than 0 only. So we are getting 69. So we don't have any number equal to 0. That's why it is 16. Next 7.5. So 7.5, 69 minus the first class frequency 3. Okay, you minus it. 69 minus 3 will get 66. Next 66 minus 12. So second column, see second column, 66 minus 12 I am getting 54. Okay, next 23.5. For 23.5 in 54 minus 17 I am getting 37. Next for 31.5, 37 minus 6. Sorry, 37 minus 25. 37 minus 25 I am getting 12. Next 39.5, 12 minus 6 I am getting 6. Next for 47.5, 6 minus 4 I am getting 2. Next for 55.5, 2 minus 1 I am getting 1. So like that we should form the table for cumulative frequency greater than. Okay, so like this we have completed a table for cumulative distribution. Hope you have got it. Note down the readings. Okay, next thing is we should plot a graph. We'll see. We should plot a graph for Ogive curve less than type. We are having frequency less than type. For that we are going to plot a Ogive less than type graph. Okay, so in x-axis you take the class intervals, in y-axis you take the frequencies. Okay, I have taken 7.5, 15.5, 23.5, 31.5, 47.5, 55.5, 63.5. Okay, so again in y-axis I am taken the frequency in the scale of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 like that. Mark the point and you get a curve which is in the form of a ascending. Okay, as an increasing form curve. Okay, a curve which is increasing from the origin and it reaches the maximum value at the end of the class interval. So this type of graph we call it as Ogive curve less than type. Okay, so you all mark all the points and you draw a curve. So for first class the class frequency is 3, for second it is 15, 32, 57, 63, 67, 68 and 9. For all the points joined with the smooth curve, you will get ogive curve less than type. Okay, so that is 1. Next we'll see. Hope all of you have drawn it. Take your time and draw it. Okay, don't be in hurry. Mark the point and draw the curve. So we'll see next. Ogive greater than type. Okay, ogive curve which is greater than type. So it is reverse of the less than type curve. Okay, here the same thing. X-axis we are taking the class interval, and y-axis we are taking the frequencies, but the shape of the curve is exactly opposite to the less than type. There we got an increasing curve. Here we get a curve which is in decreasing form or in descending form. Okay, so here see, for 0 frequency greater than 0 we are having 69 frequency. You can refer your table, previous table. For 7.5 you got 66. For greater than 15.5 you got 54. For greater than 23.5 you got 37. For 31.5 you got 12. For 39.5 you got 6. For 47.5 you got 2. For 55.5 you got 1. So mark all the points, join with the help of a smooth curve, and see that you get a curve which is in the decreasing or which is in descending form. So this type of curve we call it as ogive curve greater than ogive curve, which is completely opposite to ogive curve less than curve. Okay, so take your time and draw this graph. Hope you are getting, students. Next, moving on to the next part, average or measure of central tendencies. So see here, we are having measure of central tendencies. So there are 5 measure of central tendency in the statistical quality control. So in statistical quality control, it is having 5 measures of central tendencies. Which are those? First one, it is having arithmetic mean, or we call it as only mean or average. So all these 3 names are same: arithmetic mean or mean or average. All these 3 have one meaning, that is mean or arithmetic mean or average. That is the first central tendency. So second one is median. Second central tendency is median. Third central tendency is mode. Third central tendency is mode. Fourth is geometric mean. Fourth central tendency is geometric mean. Fifth is harmonic mean. Fifth one is central tendency is harmonic mean. So here in this we will see first one, the arithmetic mean. So what is this arithmetic mean? Arithmetic mean or mean on average, it is the average of set of observations, okay, in which we are taking the sum and divided by the number of observations. It is most simple, as you take average of any numbers. Okay, average of any numbers means you are taking the sum of all the numbers and dividing by total number of observations. Okay, arithmetic mean, we are having observations. Suppose take an example. In A, I have shown an example. Arithmetic mean we denote it by x bar. Okay, the denotation is very important, x bar. Okay, for n number of observations I am going to take. First value I am having x1, x2, x3, so on up to xn. Okay, so x bar is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus so on up to xn divided by n. Here n is the number of observations. How many? Suppose I am having 10 observations. I will be taking the sum of all the 10 and dividing the sum by 10. Okay, so then I will get x bar, that I call it by the name average. X bar is the average of the number of observations. Okay, so next one more case we are having, second case, in case of frequency distribution. So we will be having frequency distribution. For every class we will be having different frequencies. So that time we have to take the average of the class. So then the formula is x bar is equal to f1 x1 plus f2 x2 plus so on up to fn xn divided by f1 f2 plus f3 plus so on up to f. So generally we denote it by x bar is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to I is equal to n fi xi, the product of fi xi divided by summation fi. Okay, so we are taking the product of the f into x. Okay, summation divided by the sum of frequencies. So that we take in the case of frequency distribution. Okay, so we will move to the assessment of the class. So we come to the assessment of the class to see what we have got the knowledge today. So first we'll begin with the fill the blanks. Students, so see the first question. Observation that lie below or exceed any mark are known as dash. Okay, observation that lie below or exceed any mark are known as answer, it is known as cumulative distribution. Okay, so the observation that lie below or exceed any mark are known as cumulative distribution. Okay, second question. Frequency in less than Ogee curve is in dash form. So I will repeat the question. Frequency in less than Ogee curve is in the dash form. Okay, so which form of curve we are getting? We are getting the ascending form. Okay, the frequency in less than Ogee curve is in ascending form. Okay, it goes on increasing. Next, frequency, third question, the frequency in greater than Ogee curve is in the dash form. The frequency in the greater than Ogee curve is in dash form. Which type? It is in descending form. We'll be getting highest number first, and so on the number will going to be decreased. So there we call it as in descending form. It is the third question. Next, fourth question. There are dash number of measure of central tendencies. There are dash number of central tendency. Okay, the answer is, students, 5. Okay, there are 5 number of measure of central tendencies. Next, fifth question. Okay, AM stands for AM means, students, arithmetic mean. Yes, arithmetic mean. AM stands for arithmetic mean. I am having also a descriptive question. Okay, take down a descriptive question. Take a suitable example of your choice and draw less than and greater than Ogee curve. Student, you take example of your own choice and draw less than and greater than Ogee curve. Okay, so this is the assessment of this session. Okay, so we are coming to the end of the session. So I'll summary of the session. What we have seen today: cumulative frequency distribution and measure of central tendency. In that we have seen arithmetic mean. Okay, so cumulative means we are taking the frequencies greater than certain number and less than certain number. Okay, so we are going to mark the frequencies which are less than certain number, and we have to mark the number frequencies which are greater than. So for such type of distribution we call it as cumulative frequency distribution. Okay. In measure of central tendency, there are 5 measures of central tendency: arithmetic mean, median, mode, geometric mean, and harmonic mean. In that we have seen arithmetic mean. Okay, arithmetic mean is the average of the readings. Okay, different readings. If you are having n number of readings, we take the average, add the number of observation, divide by number of observations. Okay, sum of the observation divided by number of observations. That we call it as arithmetic mean, average, or we call it is by only name mean. Okay, so that we have discussed in the class. Hope all of you have got the session, got the knowledge in the session. Okay, I will be ending this session. I thank you all. Thank you.